negative.
Check 1, 2, y'all. Yeah, Big Mike, the Almighty Triple XL, coming at y'all live and direct. Max City Limits Radio Show and Philosopher King Central. Story time, a little bit of story time, y'all. Due to the fact that we just had this situation pop up with these black law enforcement officers enacting a goddamn fool, man, out there in Memphis, man. We're going to have to do a deep dive, man. We're going to have to go a little bit further into the psyche, man. That's what we're going to have to do, man. Because cats, everybody everywhere trying to get to the root, get to the bottom of why they did what they did and whatnot. It's really immaterial about why they did what they did. Only thing that matters is it was just out of pocket and it was unnecessary and they need to be punished, man. You know, I'm basically stating that they did it because of ratchet, hood rat, baby mama culture. You know what I mean? Other cats is like, nah, they did it because they hate themselves. You know what I mean? It's self-hate. It's white supremacy. They seeing the world through the lens of the white man. And I'm like, really? I mean, it doesn't matter, okay? It really doesn't matter, man. Whether they doing it because they just piece of shit niggas, because they didn't have any guidance in life, due to ratchet baby mama culture, or they quote unquote hate themselves because they see the world through the lens of the white man. Who cares? But I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my experience as a black man and as an individual who has experience in the law enforcement arena. Some of y'all might discount this because it is the experience of a black man who was a 10-year veteran in the Department of Corrections. I was not a police officer, but I did do 10 years policing the most buck wild, insane, unruly Negroes on the goddamn planet, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this joint is going to be long, so I'm probably going to divvy it up, man. It's probably going to be 3 or 4 stories so that y'all can get the gist of what the hell I'm saying, man. I see a lot of people out here, they got story time speaking on their life experiences, so that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the gist of the situation when it comes to me, just to show and prove that everybody that does this or embarks on this sort of behavior, they don't necessarily have to hate themselves. They don't have to necessarily be filled with self-hate. They don't necessarily have to see the world through the lens of the white man. Once again, who's responsible for the hate that hate made? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean? And when I'm done with this, it's going to be up to you to decide which is which. No doubt. So first thing I want to lead off with is my military experience. 4 years, regular Army. Did tours of duty over in Korea. And I was involved in the first Desert Storm, 1991. Okay. Now, I have touched on this in the past. I told y'all that I was part of a unit, a multiple launch rocket systems unit. And I had a particular captain who was real sly with the racism, man. Or I don't know if it was the racism or he just didn't like Muslims. I'm not necessarily sure what it was. But at this particular time, I was just finding myself in life. I was getting into Al-Islam. I was just now finding out the difference between Black Muslim and 5% Nation, More Science Temple, Sunni Islam and whatnot. I was just now sorting all of that out, man. But I loved Islam. And at this particular time, I went ahead and I settled down into the Sunni, Orthodox Islam, Sunni Islam, right? But at this particular time, America decided to flip the script on Saddam Hussein. We had to go over there and do what we had to do to one of our once allies, Saddam Hussein, who was once on the CIA payroll, you know what I mean? So, we went over there, double-crossed him, stabbed him in the back, you know what I mean, and got his ass up out of Kuwait. But that's not necessarily the story that we need to be telling here. The story was, between me and my captain. Me and this captain, like I said, man, he made every sort of play to try and make me as uncomfortable and pissed off as possible while we were in the middle of the goddamn desert, man. Now, I was an E4, and everybody in my squad, I mean, I had like a corporal over me, but I had about 5 E2s and E3s up under me as well. Now, when you're out in the desert, I mean, there's things that have to be done, man. You have certain chores, you got some labors, you know what I mean, that need to get done in order to function or in order to help with the functionality of the war effort, man. You know what I mean? So I'm doing guard duties, man. I'm doing manual labor, man. I'm burning shit. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. But the crazy thing was, in my unit, I was like, maybe there was like 3 black dudes in my squad, man. I was like the 3rd one. As a matter of fact, I was the lowest ranking one. And for some reason, I just always found myself on the horrible details, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time I looked around, you know, I was the one doing most of the backbreaking work. I was the one who was out there putting up the tents, and putting up the camouflage nets. And I was out there, like I said, hauling up the kerosene and the diesel to burn the shit in the latrines, man. I was just like, damn, what the fuck going on here? And then I would look back, and of course I would see my white counterparts, man, who was less ranked than me. I mean, they was just chilling, man. It was just going, I mean, it was low key. It was having a vacation of sorts, man. You know what I mean? But the thing about it was, I mean, I seen on many occasions where the white boys I was up under me that was lesser ranked actually tried to shield me from the bullshit, man. And they tried to volunteer for the details that had to get done that day, man. But for some reason, they were not allowed to volunteer to do the work, man. I was like, what the fuck going on? So, I mean, just a little bit of investigation, man. I find out through my staff sergeant. Just like, well, the captain, for some reason, you know, he requests you to do these details. And I'm like, really? He was like, yeah. He was like, the captain wants you to do these jobs, man. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, then. So a couple shows back, I basically told y'all, man, the day that he went ahead and took a crap in the latrine and then came out and looked me in the face and told me I was a good soldier. Basically patted me on the back and told me, hey, go ahead and burn that shit, boy. You know what I mean? Basically, he didn't say that. He said, you know what? You're a good soldier. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, with a little smug look on his face. I basically told him, like, man, I didn't necessarily say it like this, but I told him I was going to kill him. And I told him once we actually did start the war and the bullets did start to fly, yeah, man, we was going to have some friendly fire accidents, man. I was like, man, once the bullets start flying, I'm going to make sure that I kill you. I don't know if any of y'all know how things work out there in the field, but a lot of times what happens out in the field stays in the field, man. You know, there was a lot of out-of-pocket shit going on, man. Yeah, man, the rule of law didn't necessarily apply, man. So, I mean, you could kind of get away with talking reckless every now and then when you was out there in wartime, out there in the field. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was just like, yeah, man, I'm going to kill you. And so what happened was he did not allow me to come anywhere near any sort of ballistics, man. He didn't want me to have no access to no bullets, no grenades, no claymores, no nothing. I mean, I was put in a situation where I was just a butler, a gopher out there in the field, man. When cats needed gas, when they needed water, when they needed labor, I mean, that's where they came and they got me, man. And I was just like, man, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, man. And so some cats have asked me, you know what I mean? Because I've never really gone into depth about what happened. Like, did I ever get a chance to kill his ass? No, I never got a chance to kill him because I ended up having a military vehicle accident in which I was on recon in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We was out there plotting grid coordinates because I was an 82 Charlie 10, which is a field artillery surveyor. And we was out there with the PADS positioning system trying to plot grid coordinates to enemy locations just right outside of Saudi Arabia. And then we got a call about some insurgents. I mean, it was a lot of chaos, a lot of fog of war shit going on, man. And we ended up trying to do some intel, trying to find certain individuals and report back to command, you know what I mean, that yeah, we do see them, they are here, and this, that, and the third and shit, man. But nothing really pretty much came of it because the war hadn't really kicked off yet, man. Everything was pretty much hearsay. You know what I mean? The intel that we got, we didn't necessarily know if these individuals was really insurgents or terrorists or not. But while we was out there, I ended up getting hit by a Saudi Arabian national, man, traveling. It was just the weirdest thing, man. It was just like the dude that hit me just appeared out of nowhere, man. It's crazy because there was nothing for miles, man. It was just a long stretch of road, man. And I was trying to make a U-turn, double back, man, to try and see if we could find these other individuals that we got reports on that we need to be on the lookout for and whatnot. And bang! I get T-boned, man. You know what I mean? They ain't really going into, the rules and the laws of Saudi Arabia and about why the military, the U.S. Army said that I was at fault for the accident, but that's another story. But I ended up getting my legs broken, getting my legs crushed, man. Had 2 compound fractures. So I ended up going back to the States. So I missed the major combat that was to ensue just a couple of months later, man, after I made it back home, man. So I never got a chance to kill my captain. I think that's divine intervention because I was serious as a heart attack, man. I was like, if I can get my hands on some bullets, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. That's right. I'm going to kill you. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just laying some groundwork, man, some framework about who I am and what I believe. And why the whole premise and the whole concept of black men only doing this because, they hate theyself and all of this shit, man. My mind don't work that way. I don't really care. If you out of pocket, you just out of pocket. And it really doesn't matter why you out of pocket. But if you out of pocket, you gotta go. If you doing evil, period, and I don't care what you doing evil in the name of, you got to go. So then let's go ahead and fast forward to when I got out the military and I went ahead and I sought employment as a corrections officer. Now keep in mind, I done told y'all my background is an individual who was heavily into the pro-black nationalistic movements, man, especially through Al-Islam, bro. I really love the religion of Al-Islam. I'm no longer a Muslim today, you know what I mean? But at one particular point in time, I really enjoyed the religion of Al-Islam, man. And I really enjoyed the feeling that I had actually trying to make a difference out here in the streets, man. By educating brothers, man, just on the simplest of things, man, whether it be health, politics, or philosophy, man. Yeah, man, at some point, man, I was really a valuable asset to these brothers out here in the streets, man, because I was that go-to guy when they needed info, man, about whatever, because I was pretty well read. And so one thing happened, man. I got with my uncle on my stepdaddy side of the family, and I seen that he had landed a job with the Department of Corrections. And he was just like, yeah, nephew, you can go ahead and get on there, man. Shit, I think that you'd be really good at it and whatnot. And I was like, for real? He was like, oh, yeah, man. He's like, we need some brothers to come up in there, man. And he went ahead and gave me the spiel about how, he was a corrections officer down in Southern Ohio. Don't really want to say where. But he was just talking about how it's full of rednecks and it's full of nepotism. And a lot of the convicts and inmates, I mean, they could really use a helping hand down there, man, when it comes to having some black officers down there, that can give them a fair shake. Because them white boys, man, was tripping, man. I mean, it was KKK territory, man. They was like burning crosses, like out in the farmland, man, that surrounded the prison and shit, you know what I mean? And inmates could actually see the burning crosses. And, I mean, it was wild, man, I came along where, it was just now allowing black folks to come up in there and work for the longest. They pretty much didn't allow black COs to come up in there, man. You know, that was pretty much something that the white boys kept to themselves. So make a long story short, I applied, I got the job, man. And I mean, I was so naive, bro. I was so naive to the game, man, when I got up in there. All I could think of was that I'm going to make a difference. You know, I'm going to be the spook that sat behind the door. Going to help my brothers, man. I'm going to give them a fair shake. I'm going to do this. And I just had these delusions of grandeur. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to turn the system on its head and, you know, black power. You know, I was like seeing myself in the vein of a, you know, true to life Black Panther. You know what I mean? Oh my God, man. Nothing could be further from the truth, man, in a way. But like I said, since I was on that Black Power, pro-black shit, man, I was always writing these essays and articles, man. I've been doing it for like 2 or 3 years, and I would drop them off at black bookstores. And they was quite popular around Dayton, Ohio, man. And also, it was called the Black Prophet series. And then when I went to go work in the joint, and I was doing cell searches, man, you know, when I was trying to do my orientation in my probationary period, man, I was awestruck, man. I was like, God damn. It's like my literature is all through this joint, man. You know what I mean? So it was just crazy, man, because I'm in there and I'm seeing my literature, the Black Prophet series, being circulated all through the joint with all the inmates, all the convicts, right? But at the same token, each time, like I said, I put on the uniform and the badge, all I would hear from these model citizens that's locked up there was how I was a Uncle Tom and I was a sellout and how I was oppressing them, man. It was wild, man. I'm sitting down there thinking to myself, nigga, ain't you here for shooting a brother? Ain't you in here for selling dope to black folks, man? I mean, how many families have you wrecked and fucked up, man, selling that bullshit? You know what I mean? Selling that crack and that cocaine or whatever. I'm like, really? But I'm the Uncle Tom and I'm the sellout, man. I mean, I was really dealing with some mental midgets in this motherfucker, man. But yeah, I'm in there. I'm seeing my literature disseminated. The same dude that's reading the wisdom that I wrote down, right? Like, keep in mind, they don't know it's me that wrote the shit. They don't know it's me. I'm in there on some special agent shit, some secret agent shit. You know what I mean? Nobody knows who the fuck I am while I'm in there, man. And might I add, I also had a public access TV show, man, where I was vehemently talking crazy about the white establishment, man, about white culture, about white history, you know, his story. Yeah, y'all know the spiel, his story. So yeah, man, don't nobody know it's me. Don't nobody know who I am. I'm literally the spook who sat behind the door. I gotta deal with mental midget ass niggas, man, telling me how I'm a sellout, how I'm an Uncle Tom, and how I'm oppressing them. But they in there for doing the most for oppressing black folks, man. They in there for killing black people, jumping on black people, stealing from black people, selling dope to black people, but I'm the goddamn sellout, man. Yeah, can't make this shit up, son. Can't do it. But, you know, I didn't let that sway me, man, from actually being about my mission while I was up in there. Each time I seen a situation that just didn't compute, and I thought the brothers was going to get a raw deal, man, I was on it. I put myself in the middle of the bullshit to make sure that brothers didn't get unjustly beat up, that they didn't get unjustly framed, because there was a lot of that shit going on, man. I mean, the white boys will frame you in a minute, man. They drop some dope in your shit, or they drop a weapon in your shit, man. They're like, oh, look what I got here. Look what I got here, buddy. Looks like you're going to go have to take a trip down through the hole, buddy. And brothers be like, hey, man, you planted that shit on me. And when you hear that shit, you know, you thinking to yourself, yeah, really, right? They're planting shit on you. But nah, that's real shit. The motherfuckers are planting shit on you, man. It was a dirty game, Jack. But they had a hard time doing it if I was in the block, because it pretty soon got around who I was and what I was about, man. I mean, they pretty much put me on a watch list, man. I don't know if y'all are even familiar with the Lucasville riots, man. That happened in Ohio. That happened not so far away from where I worked. And there was a lot of shit going on where there was some inmates, some Muslims, who took over the spot up at Lucasville with the so-called help of some of the staff. And some of these staff members was black. And some of these staff members allegedly converted to Al-Islam, pretty much to stop from getting killed and getting shanked. You know what I mean? But, everybody had an issue with the brother that actually came out of Lucasville unscathed and uninjured. You know what I mean? But goddamn, what the fuck you gonna do? I mean, really. So they was pretty much on the lookout for another scenario or a situation to happen in Lucasville, man. They was really skeptical about me and what I was about and what I was doing there. They didn't want me in close proximity with the convicts, man, because they were scared about what I would do if I was going to help them actually access certain security points in the prison in order to take the prison over. It was crazy, man. Yeah, it pretty soon got out that, I was the author of the Black Prophet series, and I actually had a public access TV show talking about Black Power and all of that shit. Oh, man, they found out about all that shit. Oh, yeah, it was open season on Big Mike then, y'all. But even though the establishment found out who I was and what I was about, I still had to deal with nigga shit from the convicts, man. I still had to deal with the ignorance of the baby mama culture, bro. I still had to deal with that because everybody pretty much up in the joint. I mean, it's very rare that you see, especially on the black side, very rare that you see anyone that's incarcerated that had a two-parent household. Very rare that you've seen that, man. Everybody pretty much that was thrown in the cage and then they threw away the key was from single baby mama households, man. I could always tell if I was dealing with somebody who was raised by a single Shaniqua, or if they actually had two parents in the house. I could always tell, man. The niggas that didn't have any sort of guidance, man, didn't have no two-parent household, very emotional, man, very entitled, always whining, always complaining, you know what I mean? Not even able to comprehend logical arguments, not critical thinkers at all. You know what I mean? I'm like, my name is Officer such and such. I'm here to help you. Is there anything that you need? I'm here to make the world a better place. I mean, what's really going on with your player partner? Fuck you, nigga. House nigga scum. I'm like, just a couple years ago, y'all whined, begged, and pleaded, man, that y'all needed more black folks up in here to help even things out, man, to give y'all a fair shake. Well, here we are. But all of a sudden, now that we here, the only thing you want to do is throw piss, shit, and spit on us. And I know you ain't about that life because you ain't doing it to them white boys, man. You only seem to want to do it to, the brothers with the badges. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I don't understand that, man. I mean, I'm here to actually help you. When them boys come and beat your ass in the middle of the night, I mean, you want me to be in the block to make sure that don't happen. Because they don't want no witnesses, man. And I'm going to witness the shit, and they know they can't do that shit in my block. They can't get that shit off of my block, man. So, a lot of dudes actually wanted to come to my block, man, because they knew that, I mean, hey, they're not going to be able to get that bullshit off, man, in my block, man. But even with that, man, we still had idiots, man, that always wanted to fuck up the game, man. They always wanted to fuck shit up, man, and they always wanted to test the waters, man. Just like a ratchet ass bitch, man. I'm like, bitch, you got it made. You got it going on. But you still ain't happy. You still ain't satisfied. I mean, what more do you want? Yeah, I know it's prison. It's prison. You got rules in prison. There's certain things that you just can't do. You understand that, right? Oh, man, you oppressing me. I'm like, oh my God, man. These niggas are stupid. Stupid. I'm dealing with, just retards, man. I'm dealing with just grade A to the fifth power dumbass niggas, man. Seriously. So yeah, man, about my 5th year, I'd had piss thrown on me. I had niggas spit in my face. I mean, I had all sorts of crazy shit happen to me, man. And it was all from black folks, man. It was all from black convicts. I won't say convicts. See, black inmates. It was all from black inmates, man. Now, keep in mind, I mean, I never had anything happen to me as far as what the white boys was concerned, man. If I told the white boys to lock it up, they locked it up. If I told them to get off the range, they got off the range. If I told them to stop, making excessive noise and disturbing the block, they would do that. But if I came to a black boy, man, a black inmate, and I said any of those things, just doing the basic shit, just follow the basic rules. Oh my God, I had to hear a sermon on slavery. See, my brother, this is what is wrong with the world today. I'm like, nigga, you in prison. Take your ass to your cell and be quiet. You can't do it. It ain't getting done today. No. And then, oh my God, man. Then I would have to hear them whining and bitching and complaining and just, they just wouldn't shut the fuck up, man. They wouldn't go to their domicile. They wouldn't go to their spot, man. They jail cell, man. And then they would get violent, man. They'd be kicking shit over, throwing tantrums. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, y'all make it real hard to be righteous. Y'all make it real hard to be righteous. So it got to the point, man, where, I just had enough, man. About my 6th year working there, I was tuckered out, man, as the white boys would say. I was tuckered out. I just couldn't do it anymore, man. I was just like, this black power shit, fuck that. I can't. I don't see it. I can't do it. These niggas are dumb. They're idiots. Now, this is the part where some of y'all would say, see, you sees the world through the white man's eyes. No, this ain't got shit to do with me seeing the world through the white man's eyes. It's got everything to do with me seeing reality. The real. And the reality and the real is these niggas didn't deserve salvation. They did not deserve redemption, man, as far as I was concerned. It ain't like I sat up, man, and I signed up for I Hate Niggas seminar that was given by the white boys. And then I let them white boys indoctrinate me into hating black folks. It wasn't the white boys that indoctrinated me to hate niggas, man. I was my own kind that did that shit. My own kind made me goddamn flip the script. So everybody talking about this, you sees the world through the white man's eyes. You see the world through white supremacy. Nah. I'm sorry to tell you, man, as a black man has actually done the job to police niggas. Most of y'all ain't never tried to police niggas. I have. And so when I'm seeing situations that's happening out there in the streets, when you got officers just flipping out, doing crazy shit, for the most part, I know what that's about. I mean, there's 2 scenarios that's going on here, man. Either you got dudes, like I said, who was raised up in gang culture and gang mentalities, man. And then they fucked around and they turned their life around, and the black municipality in which they live, man, I mean, they got a quota to fill. They need some officers to get out there and put in that work. Shit, so they just grab whoever and whatever they can to fill up them slots, man. Shit. And they not really scrutinizing in great detail who they hire, man. Shit. So yeah, I mean, they pretty much hired some criminals to put on a badge and a uniform and shit. Or you actually get some good quality officer material, dudes that actually want to make a difference and make a better place, want to clean up the community. But as soon as they put on that badge and that uniform and they get in there and they try and police them savages, then they start getting shot at, they start getting punched on, beat on, yelled at, scrutinized. I mean, they just show up to a call where, they have a domestic that's going on. And they trying to get to the bottom of things. And even before they even try and make things cool and make things right, man. I mean, shit, man. Here come the insults and the slurs. You a house nigga. You over here trying to do this, that, and the third. Fuck you. You ain't shit. And then you like, what? Did y'all not just call me to come over here and make sure everything was cool? That'd be the part to be fucking your head up, man. You got these people who pick up the phone, claim they need help. You come to help. As soon as you get there, they cursing you the fuck out. You thinking, what? So you got to sit there and you got to process this insanity, man, this madness and shit, man. And so you got to go through this day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. You was a righteous man who loved your people, love black people, man. You want to make a better place, man. You want to go ahead and make your neighborhood safer, you know what I mean, for the better. But about your 4th, 5th year of actually being bombarded with all sorts of physical and verbal assaults from the very people that you sent out there to so-called, quote-unquote, save. I mean, pretty soon you like, man, fuck these niggas, man. You like, fuck it, fuck. And once again, this is where a lot of y'all would be like, see, you sees the world through the white man's eyes. You sees the world through white supremacy. Once again, y'all thinking that the brothers done went ahead and took a I Hate Niggas seminar, which is headed by white boys. They're like, see, niggers ain't shit. But once again, I didn't go to no seminars and no classes that was given by no white boys to help me just be totally disgusted with niggas, man. It was niggas that did that. So y'all really classify that as white supremacy? Y'all really think I see the world through the lens of the white supremacist eyes? See, the ironic thing is yes and no. I actually see what the white supremacist sees. I see a lot of dumbass, low IQ behavior out of niggas, man. That's not to say that, you don't have that on the obverse side with white boys, white folks, man. Yeah, there's plenty of that over there. But yeah, you got white boys that totally and unequivocally believe that, man. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, they'll give you a pamphlet and they'll give you a video and they'll show you how the black man is not worthy of living in the white man's empire. But these was talking points I was thoroughly and vehemently against it, man, coming up, man. Because remember, I was thinking the black man is God. I was like, we was the first to do this and the first to do that. And man, I mean, I was so full of myself, man, as far as the blackness was concerned, man. I was like, man, you can't tell me shit about black folks, man. The black man is God. You know what I'm saying? Allah, arm, leg, arm, head, son. Our self-lord and master. Just 5 years working in the joint killed all of that shit. I was just like, now keep in mind, I'm in there with Sunni Muslims. I'm in there with Moorish Science Temple brothers. I'm in there with, the gods. You know what I mean? Of course, no earths. I was in there with the 5%, man. They was few and far between, man, when you go ahead and you tally up the cost of the numbers of convicts and inmates that was in there that was basically savage 85%ers versus brothers I was actually righteous in there. But I gotta admit, man, if it wasn't for some of the righteous brothers up in there, man, for them 5%, and this includes the Moorish Science and the Sunnah of Islam, man. For all the brothers I was actually righteous in there and actually had their head screwed on tight, had their head screwed on straight, I would have lost my mind in that bitch, man. I mean, they gave me hope. I was just like, man, there's brothers out here that's actually real about this shit, man. But the majority, the prevailing predominance of the population was just ignorant savages, man. It was just horrible. I couldn't compute, man. I just like, man, how can people be so fucking stupid? I mean, seriously, stupid. I'm in there actively trying to help niggas. You know what I mean? But it seems like they don't want my help, man. Nah, they wants to throw piss and shit and spit on me. While at the same time, when the white boys come to work, they quiet as a church mouse. They ain't got shit to say to the white boys. But when I step on the scene and I do my job, now keep in mind, I gotta do my job. In order for me to be up in there to make sure that you do get a fair shake, I have to do my job. I just can't let you niggas run wild like a whole bunch of fucking roaches. I can't let you do it. The job must get done. But they resented me telling them, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No. Oh, you a house nigga. I'm like, nah, man, you just can't. I know you selling dope, nigga. You cannot go 5 cells down and kick it with your partner, man, because I know what y'all doing, man. Y'all down there, y'all making wine, nigga. I know what you're doing. No, can't do it. I'm not gonna have y'all producing wine in the block, getting everybody drunk, and then we gonna have fights, and then niggas gonna end up getting stabbed. No. There will be some law and order up in this bitch. No. So yeah, man, just something small as that, man. Get you on them niggas shit list, man. Like, oh man, you ain't cool. I'm like, I'm not here to be cool, man. I'm here to make sure that these motherfuckers, these rednecks don't kill you, nigga. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, man, I mean, I gotta chuckle and I gotta laugh at a lot of y'all, man, with this, white supremacy shit. I mean, anytime that y'all see anybody wearing a uniform and a badge, and if the dude is wearing a uniform and a badge, he kind of go off the rails. I mean, like I said, there's 2 ways that you can look at that, man. I mean, there's a dude that just really, seriously, he just a thug and a criminal by nature, and he don't give a fuck, man. And he gonna do whatever the fuck he want to do to whoever he want to do it to. Y'all gonna be looking at that dude like, oh, he's a black white supremacist. Nah, I mean, I don't agree with that shit either. You just an evil, sinister nigga that's on a power trip, nigga. You know what I mean? It ain't got the shit to do with self-hate. Once again, you just got evil, sinister individuals that crave power, man. Shit. Then y'all want to reduce it to he must hate himself. I'm like, look, I'm not here to debate, the psychology of it, man. I'm not really here to debate that. And then, like I said, you got the other situation where, brothers actually start off wanting to be righteous and wanting to do the right thing. But like I said, when you in the hood, you in the worst parts of the hood and you hunting monsters, you got to be careful not to become a monster yourself, man, because that energy will rub off on you, man. That energy of them niggas just doing the most and just abusing you just for the sake of abusing you. You internalize that shit, man. You internalize it to the point where you just like, okay, I can't do it no more. I can't stand it no more. I can't do it. You know what I mean? You thinking to yourself, I mean, what is the purpose? Why do I even bother? Why even try? You just can't fix stupid. So once again, y'all would say, well, he hates himself because each time he's out there, he ain't giving the brothers a fair shake. Well, I mean, he's been trying to give the brothers a fair shake, for 4 or 5 years. But he sees it's a lost cause. He thinking to himself, why even bother? Why even jeopardize my career or put myself at risk trying to help this scumbag ass nigga, man, when I know what's waiting at the end of the rainbow for me. Oh yeah, I know what's waiting. Some ingratitude or ungrateful nigga, man, is just waiting to do something sinister to me, man, stab me in the back somehow. Shit, why even bother? Why even bother? See, you see the world through the white man's eyes. I'm like, well, whose fault is that? Who trained me to hate niggas? Because I hate to disappoint you. I never went to a KKK rally and got indoctrinated against niggas, man. That never happened with me. All I had to do was get in close proximity to black folks in the pen and see how they got down, man. Yeah, like I'm telling y'all go ahead and try to police niggas, man. Go ahead and sign up for a crash course in corrections. Do a couple of years of that shit, and when you walk in a tear and you telling a nigga just to do some simple shit. I mean, you tell him, hey, you can't have that towel up on your bunk like that. You're obstructing the view of the officer. Did a motherfucker throw a cup of piss on you and shit? You know what I mean? Yeah, you endure that shit for about 2 or 3 years, nigga, and then come and talk to me talking about it's white supremacy. You don't get the fuck out of here with that stupid ass shit. Niggas kill me, man. Ain't got a clue as to what the fuck you talking about. Motherfucker throw piss on you, man. I'm trying to tell you. And then, once you get piss thrown on you, you're expected to act professional. You can't just pull out your stick and just start wailing on a nigga. Allegedly. You allegedly supposed to be professional. Like I said, man, I went like 5-6 years, man. Never really had to go on the offensive with my stick at all, man. But after 6-7 years, man, I was pulling out. If you blinked at me crazy, nigga, I was pulling my stick, nigga. Yeah, I wasn't about to give you no chance to do shit to me. Yeah, man. And that's the main reason why, I mean, I do have a, let's put it to you this way. The prison had to let me go. That's all I'm going to speak on. Prison had to let me go, man, because I was at the very end of the 10 years, I was doing too much, man. It's just crazy. I remember going in there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, man, so happy, man, just to be in there to help my people, man. You know what I mean? When a decade was up, shit, man. And this is crazy, because like I said, man, when I was giving the white boys, you know, directions and mandates and orders and shit, I didn't have no problem. Had no problems whatsoever. And then, you know, I would always have to hear niggas talk about, oh, well, you let that white boy do this, you let the white. I'm like, man, the same information, the same orders, man, the same sort of mandates and directions I'm giving you, I gave a white boy, nigga. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I seen it, man. I see, you know, it was like you was just dealing with a bunch of broads, nigga. I'm like, nigga, stop complaining. Even if I did let the white boy do this, that, the third, man. Like, do your time, do your bid, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even if that was true, which it ain't, because that's one of the first things that they teach you, man, in the academy, man. You can't be playing favorites, bro. Shit. But that's hard to do because, I mean, I did start playing favorites. I mean, if you was the type of cat, man, when you didn't give me no bullshit, you ain't give me no hassle, you ain't give me no lip. I mean, I wasn't about to treat you the same way that a scumbag, whining ass, bitch ass nigga would give me. Oh, no. I wasn't about to treat y'all the same, man. If you was an upright, logical, critical thinking man, oh, yeah, man, I gave you much more respect than I gave a bitch ass inmate that came out of a single baby mama home crying about everything. Nah, you wasn't about to get the same sort of goddamn play. Yeah, that's not going to happen, man. If you represented yourself as a man, yeah, I mean, you was going to get certain perks that a bitch ass nigga wasn't about to get, man. So, yeah, at the very end of my tour, that was my thought process, man. But once again, man, you know, everybody putting all of this emphasis, all this, you know, all this thought into why such and such happens. I mean, I know why such and such happens. I did the job, nigga. Shit. So can't none of y'all tell me jack shit about if it was the white man or who's seeing the world through the white man's eyes. You know, it's the white man. Oh, no. Ain't got shit to do with Billy Bob giving us crash courses in how to be a KKK member. Never in my life, never have I been to any of those seminars. But I did get a crash course on how to hate niggas from niggas themselves. I sure did. Like I said, boy, you fuck around and do this shit for 2 or 3 years, you get some piss thrown in your face from a nigga you actively actually trying to help, but he too stupid to actually know you there to help. Like, no, man, I can't let you do that, man. I can't, you know. You're gonna have to wait like everybody else. Oh, nigga, Splash. Now you smelling like piss. Rest of your goddamn shift, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is from black men, black folk. This ain't from white boys. Never had a white boy throw piss on me. Never had a white boy spit on me, man. But all through, my man, like I said, man, black folks, boy. When cats say that, we are our own worst enemy, that is a virtual understatement, man, because you can't even be a righteous black man, man, and try and put yourself in a situation when you want to help brothers, man. I mean, man, I lost count how many ass whoopings, that I helped save, man. I helped save numerous ass whoopings, bro. Just by me being there. The rednecks didn't even want a chance getting rolled up. Because, we can't do that. If we see misconduct from other officers, we can write them on up, Jack. And they wasn't trying to do that in my block, man. These simple ass niggas didn't even understand that. Now, if y'all want, we can look at the flip side of the situation, man. Of a convict or an inmate that see me up in there actually trying to help and do some good works, man. But for some reason, they just feel the need to shit on me, man. Because remember, I told you, they got all that smoke for me for whatever reason. But when them white boys roll in, when them rednecks roll in, they real subservient. Now, we can make a case for white supremacy then. Yeah, we can make a case for individuals hating me, wanting to spit on me, wanting to assault me. A black man in there actually trying to help them out. Yeah. We can make a case for black men actually being agents of white supremacy then. Yeah, I mean, what make you do that, man? What make a dude want to shit on another black man that's in there doing his job? Now I can see if this black man was abusive and was exhibiting Uncle Tom behavior. I mean, real bona fide. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop saying Uncle Tom, man, because we all know that Uncle Tom and Uncle Tom's cabin was actually a hero, man. So I gotta stop thinking like the proletariat, man. But anyway, coon and the proper term, I guess, would be cooning like a shine. Yeah, man. I guess if you was actually a CO that was in there deliberately trying to make life harder for black convicts and inmates, you deserve what you get, man. But I mean, I literally was volunteering my time to come in after work and supervise black convict and inmate special programs, man. Yeah, if the Muslim brothers needed someone to come in and supervise them while they had, some sort of illustrious imam or teacher come in and spit some knowledge to them, man, they would need someone to supervise that, man. And of course, the majority of individuals in there wasn't about to go and supervise that shit. Most of the Negroes in there was Christians, so they gave really two fucks about it. And of course, you can't ask the rednecks. All the rednecks want to do is wipe their ass with the pages of the Quran. You know what I mean? So yeah, Big Mike was coming in on his off days to supervise these programs, bruh. You know what I mean? So let me just put it to you like this, man. It take a wolf to catch a wolf. All that nice guy shit when you're dealing with niggas, you need to throw that out the window. Because, I really, like I said, probably about my 5th year, man. It's when I came out of my delusion. And I just figured out I just got to deal with these niggas. I got to deal with these savages the best way that I know how at this particular point, man. So, yeah, sometimes, man, folks just ain't trying to listen to logic or listen to reason. They're not going to listen unless you just whoop that ass, man. And lo and behold, there was a lot of illegal ass whoopings. You're not supposed to do some of the things that I did, but I stopped the harassment, man. I stopped niggas from thinking that I was a soft touch, man. I was so invested in thinking that if I only just give them enough time, they'll come around. If I only just talk to them like reasonable, rational people, they'll come out of it. They'll understand. Nigga, about my 5th year, the only thing I knew, let me take this stick out and whoop your bitch ass, man. That's all you motherfucking understand. So yeah, I can see you saying how they responded to me was self-hate. How they responded to me was a derivative of white supremacy. I'll give you that. I mean, really, what makes them hate me so much and want to do things to me, but, you know, they scared and they cowardly, man, when it came to them rednecks, man. They didn't have nothing to say to rednecks. Didn't challenge what the fuck they said. I mean, they just tucked their tails and ran, man. I mean, it was really sad to see, man. And I would point that shit out all the time. I'm like, man, you ain't bad, man. You ain't hard, you ain't tough. I see how your ass is quiet as a church mouse when the white boys come in on shift, boy. And then when me and my partner come on, and, you know, then you want to, you know, stick your chest out, bruh. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Oh, you don't want none of this? You don't want to take it to the back stairs? You don't want to? I'm like, man. And I did that a couple of times. I took my shit off. And, you know, we rumbled on them back steps, bruh. Illegal than a motherfucker, boy. Yeah. So I'm just letting you know, as far as I'm concerned, how I got down with the convicts and the inmates, man. It didn't have shit to do with no white supremacy. It didn't have shit to do with that. Them niggas turned me against niggas. It wasn't them white boys. I wasn't sitting in no classroom with the head leader, the grand dragon of the KKK, getting brainwashed. All the brainwashing that happened was via the class and the tutelage of ignorant ass niggas. It was them ignorant ass niggas that goddamn brainwashed me. Cause I mean, I was all set. I was like, the black man is God. The black man is the original man. The black man is the civilizer of the planet and all of this and all. Nigga, I got it. That motherfucker worked it. It just destroyed my whole perspective. Destroyed it. I'm like, man, these niggas they're disgusted. Cowardly, bitch ass niggas, man. You know, and I pretty much kind of knew that already. Living on the west side of Dayton, man. Dealing with a lot of gang violence, gang culture and shit. Yeah, man, dealing with niggas breaking in my house and breaking in my garage, breaking in my car, stealing all the shit that I work for. I'm like, yeah, but you know, they say it's the white man that you gotta worry about, right? Okay. Alright. Yeah, but every time I turned around, it was some bitch ass nigga doing something fucked up to me. But even through all of that, I'm like, the black man is God. The black man is the original man. The black man is the civilizer, this, that, and the third. Yeah, man. I'm like, bruh, like, what is going on here? How is it that I'm in this situation and I'm dealing with these savages, man? They savages, bruh. Disgusting ass niggas. Anytime a nigga will put piss and shit in a cup and throw it on you. Now, I can see if I can see if you threw it on one of the rednecks, man, because the rednecks, they didn't give two fucks about you, man. If you was back in segregation and you were fucked up, man, and you was on disciplinary and then you had to eat, shit, a lot of rednecks was like, fuck you and your tray. You know what I mean? If you was out of pocket, you didn't get your food. You know what I mean? But instead of them attacking the white boy that denied them food, they would wait for the next shift for the black COs to come on and act up. What kind of shit is that? Yeah, I can see some white supremacy there. I can see the derivatives of cowardly bitch assness exuding out of these convicts or out of these inmates, man, because of white supremacy. I can give you that, man. But man, when we talking about cops and we talking about COs and they seem to be off the hook and unhinged and shit, man, that's just years of frustration, man. That's what that is. I'm just speaking for myself. That's years of frustration of trying to be the good cop, the reasonable cop, the one that actually cares, the one that actually wants to make a difference. But yeah, man, yeah, bruh. Anyway, yeah, let me go ahead and get on off of here, man. Shit, going on an hour. So yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Just want to give y'all a brief said, well, this wasn't brief, man. It's an hour show, man. But I want to explain in full detail why I thought the thoughts that I thought, and I think the way that I think. Hopefully you'll understand that, man. And no knock on everybody, man. They just on this white supremacy tip, man. But there comes a time when black folks gotta just stop pointing the fingers at white people, man, and just get on your grind, get your hustle on, man, and not even pay attention to shit of that nature, man. Just get busy, man. Get busy and start building, bro. And when the white man come around and he knock your shit down, keep building, build again. Just keep building, man. I mean, you ain't got no choice in this game. Don't be laying around, crying about what the fuck has been done to you, man. Just say, oh, okay, that's how you want to play it? Well, we about to build again. Shit. All right, Big Mike, the almighty Triple XL, coming at y'all live and direct. Maxi Limits Radio Show, Philosopher King, Central Baby. And we out.